BBQGuys.com presents Paradise, Louisiana. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament. Relief Windows. Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. And by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. This week, we are Paradise, Louisiana. Still there, but we've been under fire. Coronavirus is taking its toll, changing the way we live, not just in Louisiana, all over the world. We got to learn our lessons. Here in Louisiana, we go through a lot of disasters. Floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever. We have never seen nothing like this, so it's taking drastic actions. I had 4 trips canceled this week. One at False River, 3 of them down toward my camp in Slidell. My kids, our governor, and by the way, let me give a shout out to our governor. He's at his best when we're in a disaster, emergency preparedness, whatever we're doing, his military background comes out. Governor, congratulations. Thank God for you. Keep blessing you. I know it's tough for all your people, all y'all elected officials in the state. I appreciate y'all pulling together. We're gonna do a short show this morning, and I got a lake behind me. This is one of the many subdivision lakes and ponds. People are catching a lot of fish. Some of them making mistakes when they're fishing. You know, they throw the big bass back, which is good, and eggs, and they catch the sac-a-lait, and sometimes they're big and they won't throw them back. They like catching sac-a-lait. Well, let me tell you what, they're so prolific, they will take over a pond this small, any of them. Yeah, they're big, they're monsters. You won't believe it. I've been getting calls and people telling me all the big sac-a-lait they've been catching. So it's a big deal, but just to remind y'all, we got a couple things to show you. In the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be showing a few reruns. Until we can get out and be safe, protect our producers and everybody around us. My kids and my grandkids, most prized possessions, just like everybody. The elderly people in your family, which I'm one now, but hey, play it safe. If you want to get out, go out and take a walk. Get away, stay away from, big crowds. There's nothing wrong with being on a lake. Way out, you got a camp, and you over there, be safe, and stay tuned. We're gonna bring you some more sac-a-lait footage and a fishing report.
Why choose Barbecue Guys? Because this is Barbecue Guys. Not only do we have the largest online selection of grills and outdoor furniture, top-notch customer service, affordable financing, and 3D design services to help you tie it all together, but we also know what it is you love most about outdoor living. Time spent with family and friends. Combined with our expert advice, you'll have everything you need to design your dream outdoor life. Stop by our showroom today.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Hey, this is Coach O. You guys should be a team player. Stick together. We're gonna get through this. You watch it, Paradise, Louisiana.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave and crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Lenny, Peter, what we doing?
We ready, baby. We getting ready to go to Sac-A-Lay tournament, Glenn's Automotive. I hope we can get on them. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna put Bobby Garlands on them. We're gonna put whatever it takes. We don't have live bait. We're going plastic only, but we're gonna get after them. If we could ever get David in the boat, we're gonna be good.
Yeah, we appreciate you, David, challenging the Black Cloud. Look at that hat he got on. Let me see the front of that hat, Dave. Look at that Salter's hat.
Bend your head down. Look down a little bit. There you go.
There it is.
Salter's jigging pole. Blaine Salters.
I got them all. Oh, yeah. We're going to get to landing while we leave. Son, put it. Look at that. Look how pretty. Landon, look at the camera. Look how pretty.
Top of that tree over there. No. We don't have any light though. I want to get this.
Leonard, you can go ahead and shut it down.
There's got a lot of Sylvania in here, though.
You got it all?
Sylvania. Okay, David, here we are. You're the first man in the water. Tell me what we're fishing. Let me see it.
Starting with a 2-inch Bobby Garland blue ice.
Hold it up where I can see it. You got your fingers covered. There it is. All right.
Gonna fish it under the cork about 3.5 feet deep. Using a JB Salters jigging pole, 8-pound test line, rigged with a weed guard. Got it set.
Let me look at it. Let me see it all rigged.
It's all
now, ready. You made a lie out of me. You told me you had been fishing one with the paddle tail, and this one right here is a straight tail.
Leonard is starting with the paddle tail, 1.5-inch crappie shooter.
Okay.
We're trying two different.
All right.
Crappie candy.
That's it.
Crappie shooter, weedless jig, ready to go.
That one.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand that stuff. That's not duckweed. That's that Salvania. Salvania. It is awful. You can get through duckweed. You can't get through that. Keep that net in.
Right there.
Yeah,
What's the matter?
Let me see. That's a peel, huh?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to talk about what that is later.
Yeah, we will.
Looks like a piece of silicone almost.
Well, it's shrimp. It's just gives it a little. See when if you notice our caulks, we're kind of lifting them out of the water about 8 inches to a foot. That's because that bait goes like that, and when it settles, that's normally when they strike, when it's settling. They like a bait fall, and then we're using about a 1/64 ounce, so it settles real slow. You get 32nd ounce and all, it kind of darts around down there. It's not quite as effective.
Y'all, does the Saluna tables play a part in there? Or tide movement, someplace like this?
The Saluna tables, people live and die by it, but if I lived and died by it, I wouldn't go fishing. So I just kind of don't pay much attention to it, but I'm sure it's science, so it's probably has some basis in working.
Oh boy, that was a hit. That
But,
was a sacrilege bite.
Hold on. That's good. That's good. Keep them sound bites short. I'm gonna watch these corks a little while. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you go.
There we go.
That's number one. Seen the line tighten up. He's thick. He ain't big. He's thick. I seen these corks in there. You got yours cut in half, and he got a little long, skinny one.
Yep.
Hold on, I ain't got it. There you go. You got a little cork, and he got a long, skinny one. What's the difference in that? And
Personal preference. He likes those long, skinny ones. Mine sometimes when the fish hits it, that kind of bulky thing, it'll actually splash. The cork will go splash. In fact, one time I caught one, I wasn't paying attention. I had it behind me, and I heard the cork flitch. And I set the hook in the
you got the round part down, so it gives a little bit more buoyancy when they pull down. Yeah.
I get a cork and I cut it like that, you know, just to, it's such a light bait. You can go with the lightest cork you can get. All right, we'll crank the big one up. I can do it, or you can do it, whatever.
We're going straight across here. All right.
David, next time you pull that bait up, bring it over here. I want to see how deep you're fishing.
I don't care.
Let's go one more time. We'll hit it with the...
You heard me, David? Swing your line over here. I want to see how deep you're fishing. You're fishing almost
3.5 feet.
3.5 feet. And 4 foot of water. So you're fishing deeper than that.
I always start out at 33 inches deep. From here to the joint of this jigging pole is 33 inches. That's how deep I start.
Yeah, get me out of the water mess here.
Both of y'all can answer this. Do y'all ever fish tube jigs at all anymore?
No. It's either Bobby Garland or Bass Assassin.
I notice y'all not moving it. Y'all don't touch that bait. I mean, you fish with a tube jig, you always adjusting it on the head so it's floating perpendicular.
Yeah, I have a new knot that if a jig is balanced, you don't need to adjust it every time anymore.
All right, you need to show me.
I'll show you that knot.
Uh-oh. Wow. Oh!
That was either a catfish or...
That was a garfish, Gary.
Yeah, the word's out. Everybody catching catfish. False River here, for it.
These things are nothing but a waste of time, especially when
Let's put that little tip on there, it causes.
you catch them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, another.
Now we got us
That's what we want. That's right.
we got us a tournament fish here.
Come on, boy.
There we go.
Let me get the sun. Look. I can't see him sun the wrong way.
That one will make it to the scales. About a pound 10, pound 8 at least.
Yeah, that's big. Look how thick. Let me see him. Hold it.
Look how thick
See
he
him
is across the back.
There you go. Yeah, beautiful,
That is
beautiful.
one big husky sack.
You don't want to tell the secrets yet.
Huh? Not yet. Secret's coming later.
You get something like that, we're going to walk away with a trophy in there.
Yes, sir.
Money.
I think we can do it if we get 7 like this. This is number 1 big guy. But anyway, we ready to go.
Sun's the wrong way. There you go. Ooh, look at this. Another big one.
Good fish.
Woo!
That's what
Another
we want.
tournament
Yeah,
fish.
Yeah.
There you go, David. We'll get right on top of you. Don't let him jump out your hand.
He ain't going nowhere.
There you go.
Oh, Oh, that's some thing. That's
Gary,
some
don't
famous
fall
word.
out of the boat, man.
I'm not. I got to get where the sun's right. Hold on.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
Throw him in the box. Pull the box open for me. There you go. Yeah, wind blowing.
Can I say that, Gary?
There you go.
Take that hook and put it right up on the side of nothing.
Let me see that, baby. Show me the whole thing. Yeah.
It's got a, it doesn't have a barb. It's got what's called a keeper. A keeper. It's made by Larry Robillard in Irwinville.
Hold on, let me look at it real quick. I want to look at it.
Can you see it?
Yeah. They're big.
Boy, yeah.
Another one of them
Got him
animals.
over the boat.
The sun's in my face, but you block the sun with your body and hold him up to the camera. There you go. Stop. How you doing?
He's talking about my candy wasn't working.
Yeah.
Huh? The fish said the candy's working.
The sun's the wrong way. But,
You need to have all the advantage you can get. A lot of people use these little niblets they buy. Well, I came up with an idea. I take shrimp, kind of cut them in little ribbons.
show me the whole.
And they're little ribbons like this. And there's several of them in here, just backups.
You go to the store and just buy some
Just
raw.
buy some fresh shrimp. And sometimes I'll go to the store and I'll buy 2 shrimp. And they wonder why I just tell them I'm not that hungry today. But anyway, then you take those and you cut them into little bitty niblets. Little bitty niblets like this. And you just take the little niblets.
You put them in your refrigerator, keep them cool, right?
Keep them cool. They'll
But the
last
salt
forever
makes
with
them
that
hard,
salt.
hard.
And you
They
put them
last
on there. And when fish are real finicky, it'll make a difference. I've seen it make a difference. They'll bite it different. They'll bite it actually like live bait. These fish, when they hit this regular jig, sometimes they'll sink that cork or they'll thump you real hard. Sometimes that cork will just go down real slow. I call that a live bait bite. And you'll get that sometimes. And when you do get it, you know good and well that you can give this the credit for it.
The only drawback is it catch catfish.
It catches, it'll do that. You'll get brim, shiners, you'll get stuff nibbling on it and eating it. You have to put up with something, a little pain for the game.
I watched this morning, made it different. Let me see them nibbles again.
These are after they're cut up.
Yeah.
And it's just big enough
And they
to
stay
fit
hard.
on the hook. They stay nice and
full
firm.
of salt.
They're full of salt, and if you leave the salt on them for more than like 3 hours, they'll get rock hard. You can't even get them on the hook. So you just have to time it. It takes about twice. I'll put it on there, and then when the salt gets good and wet, I'll pull them all out and get rid of the salt and put some new salt on. And then you'll cut one to make sure you have a little shrimp flesh in there. And that gives it a little smell and a little flavor, and fish are real finicky. They'll take that. It'll help. I know it helps. I've proved it'll help.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Fishing. It's where good stories come from. It's about good times and family and friends. It's about taking a couple home for dinner tonight and saving a few for tomorrow. It's all about that and so much more. To CCA, fishing is about enjoying today and making sure tomorrow is even better. To us, fishing comes with a responsibility for the resources we enjoy so much. If fishing means all that to you, then you belong with CCA.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And boy, is this different, huh? Here we are at a pond. All the weather's been outstanding. The last couple have been had a lot of rain, but the warm weather, we're getting ready to have a warm spell. It's gonna be almost 90. It's really early, but it's turning the fish on. But before I get to talking about a fishing report and make it short, all the events I reported y'all last week and the last couple of weeks, you saw we had to come back and put cancel or postpone. All these events are postponed for further notice. We definitely know there won't be nothing in April. We have to see, you know, we got the St. Jude Dreams Come True, different functions with them, fishing galore with St. Jude. There's a lot of things coming up in May, they might even be done. You know, when they cancel NBA and the World Series, you know this is serious. So please follow the instructions of what they're giving you. And remember, we're gonna get through this. And all y'all people that have events canceled and you send me some word, still text me, let me know if y'all come back and we'll be sure to do it. The Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report, and let me tell you this, catfish are everywhere. False River, Lake Verret, Lake Catherine, Lake Pontchartrain, all the canals, right there by my camp in Slidell. Venice is right now is unbelievable at catching trout and redfish. You still got to fish the tide. You got to watch it. The river's going out, and it also gets rough. They got a wind, and that river's going out, and you get a southeast or a south wind to cross the Mississippi River. It's treacherous, so be very careful. And if you got a camp down there, you stay there. Stay away from people. Know who you got in the boat with you, you know, if they ain't been exposed. But it ain't no use of being miserable. If you have a place that's safe, you go ahead and go. Turkey season is coming on. You're seeing this right here? You know, I got some turkey pictures I'll show you. Most of them right now coming from Alabama, Mississippi. They had this season that just started last weekend. I'm looking at here, the really Fouchon and Grand Isle spotty. I talked to some people, they fished Fouchon. It wasn't no tide that didn't do nothing. And then Tommy Vidrain sends me a video and sends me pictures. Him and his daughter, him and his wife, live pokies. He's not catching a lot, but he's catching some beautiful fish. Last week you saw, he was catching a bunch of fish that were 25 inches and throwing them back. He had some keepers. They were catching some good 1.5 pound, 2 pound speckled trout, all on live pokies. The pokies were small. I guess that's why the fish was small this week, but thank you, Tommy. Keep in touch. Island Marina, Miss Angie and Mr. David been under the weather, but they're keeping it going. They got shrimp. If you got it, you want to come over there. There's a lot of places in that area, a lot of guides. Mike Gallo and all those people, they're fishing. I'm sure, I don't know about Dudley. Dudley's up in age, he might be canceling, but I ain't talked to him, but they're catching a lot of fish. Island Marina right now, they're just to turn on, they're catching different species of fish. You know, I got pictures, you'll see 6 or 7 species of fish. Clinton has been going out there catching some monster redfish under 15 inches. He told me last weekend he had 2 trips. Each day he must have caught 35 or 40, 15 and a half redfish. My new buddy and 2 of my trips got canceled with Brad D. Alfonso. Spec That, that's the name of his charters. And he's all over the internet. You can call Miss Angie, you can call people at the marinas. If you want to book a trip, he's safe. He'll be over there, be glad to take you. So you don't have to quit. You can't go nowhere. You just got to be safe and make sure you don't have large crowds have exposure to somebody that's been working around these people. So I got to say a lot of prayers. I got about 4 of my family work either doctors or nurses work in the hospital. In fact, one of my granddaughters just got moved she's a nurse anesthetist from the operating room, and she's gone, and I'm going to say a prayer for her. She's going to be in the emergency room. So there's a lot to pray for, and there's a lot to look out for. Sackley, then again, Jack Miller's, a lot of traffic. You see at the landing, some of them are putting in at Sorrel and running north to where the towboats go. Not on the spillway side, but the spillway, if you see us, the river's falling. Some of these guys, they know what they're doing. They're running west, or they're getting back in them lakes, and they finally coming out, dropping out. You know, my thing was we always want to get under 16, 14 at Beulah Rose, and then we go in the Pigeon area, go back to Grand Lake. A lot of that's changed right now. Since I don't fish it nowhere near as much as I used to, just watch them charts, read Joe Macalusa's column, look at the Sportsman magazine. They're giving great reports, so just do that. When I say Jack Miller's, you know, you're talking about Bay Natchez, Patch Bay. We had some pictures last week, and people are catching them. They're catching bass in the marsh again, the Gibson Marsh. By Black, all know they're catching bass. They are catching sac-a-lait. And brim, this is early. Usually April's the best brim time. Right now they're catching brim, unbelievable. John Bernard sends some. He's fishing north out of Amelia, fishing dead end canals. Here's a picture of some big brim. We're trying to hurry, trying to get back home and rest, trying to be safe, say my prayers. Amen. I'm old Catholic. I got my rosary in my pocket. Pray for Louisiana this time. Thank God for Louisiana, but pray for the whole world. This is a serious thing. God bless you. And in the next few weeks, we'll be bringing you more reruns. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, and this is still a paradise.
BBQGuys.com presents Paradise, Louisiana. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.